I just believe that in these next 100 days of our fasting and the next 100 days of our praying, that if you can get in agreement with the other folk that are praying at the same time that you pray, that God will release some things into your life that you had no expectation of receiving. I'll unpack that in a minute. The Bible says in Acts chapter 12 that Peter now is in jail because the king was about to kill him. The king had his desire to keep him there long enough just to hold on to after Easter. Why? Can't kill him before Easter because the people going to be aroused, because last time we heard the word Easter, the Son of the living God was getting up out of the grave. And so now they're holding him, and I want to suggest to you that you allow Peter to take the place of your blessing. In other words, everywhere you see the word Peter in the text, I want you to substitute the blessing that you need for God to answer into the text. And so what the Bible says then is that the enemy was holding your blessing hostage with the intent to kill it before it could get to where you were. But what the enemy and what the guards did not understand, I'm almost done, is that while they were holding the blessing hostage, the church was together praying. And I want to suggest to you that you need to have faith enough to pray for some stuff that don't look like it's going to happen. You got to have faith enough to pray for some stuff that looks like it's still in the hands of the enemy. You got to pray for that child that's still addicted to drugs. You got to pray for that family that don't look like they're going to come back together. You got to be able to pray for some stuff that's in the possession of the enemy. But what the enemy don't understand is you got possession, but I got ownership. And what that simply means is you got stuff that belong to me, and I got a right to have it because I got the ownership. If you drive my car, you can use it, but you're not privileged to do anything you want to do to it, because if I call the cops, you got to bring me my car back. And what I'm trying to tell you is there is a 911 signal that you can send to your Father in heaven, and whatever the enemy is using that belongs to you, tell somebody he got to let it go. And so the Bible says the church was not only making prayer for him, but the Bible says they were praying without ceasing. And now here it is. Let me get to your front door. You've been trying to figure out, why is God not answering my prayers? I've been crying and I've been wondering and I've been praying, Lord, but the Lord still ain't answered, because you're missing the without ceasing. The thing about God is God has a way of not answering your prayer the first time you pray it. And for some of us who have matured in God, preach to yourself, Pastor Will, God has a way of allowing you to pray for the same thing for a long time and not giving you any evidence that what you're praying for is on its way to your house. And so what you gotta have faith enough to do is pray year number 2 like you did day number 1. See, some of y'all, if God don't answer within the month, you stop praying. But the devil, you a lie, because the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. And what makes me more excited than that is he is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So Lord, since you pray, I'm gonna keep praying until it shows up and rings my doorbell. I'm not gonna worry, I'm gonna pray. I'm not gonna stress, I'm gonna pray. I'm not gonna quit, I'm gonna pray. I'm not gonna fight, I'm gonna pray. I'm not gonna cuss, I'm gonna pray until you answer my prayer.